Hey foodie fam, I'm Chantel and I lost 44 pounds and counting following a plant-based lifestyle. Let's make a beef and broccoli perfect for fat loss. To start this recipe off, we're going to marinate our meat. I'm using seitan as my protein of choice, and I will have the recipe for this in the description below and also the how to follow along video above in one of these corners. So I'm going to start with putting in my dry spices, which is some onion, garlic, and black pepper. And then I'm going in with a little bit of browning, which basically is like a coloring agent for meats in general. It helps bring out the flavor of meats and it helps it to get a darker, beautiful color once it's cooked. A little goes a long way with this stuff, so I just do a few little sprinkles. And then I have my glove on so that I can incorporate this by hand. And we're going to leave this off to the side while we work on our broccoli. I'm going to be cooking the broccoli in a blanch and shock method. So the first step is to take our broccoli and put it into some boiling hot water. And we're going to let it sit in here for about 2 to 3 minutes until our broccoli turns bright green in color. As you can see, my broccoli is turning bright green now. As you can see, like the comparison between the raw and this, that's the color that we're trying to achieve. So we immediately put this into an ice bath so that it immediately stops the cooking process, but also preserves that bright green color. And it also makes it very crunchy. This is probably the most tedious part of the recipe because, you know, we have to do this in batches. We don't want to overcrowd our pot, but it will be totally worth it because you won't have soggy, nasty broccoli when it's time to cook everything together. Look how bright and beautiful the broccoli came out. So now to a preheated wok, you could also use a regular pan. I'm going to add in some oil. I'm using some avocado oil. We're going to let that heat up a little bit before we add in our Seitan. And we're just going to fry this up, trying to get some beautiful crust on it. I'm going to cook this for about 5 to 6 minutes. If you find that your Seitan is sticking a little bit, you could also pour in a little bit of water just to help loosen everything up. Our Seitan is almost done cooking, so now I'm going to just make a little well in the middle of my wok for my sauce. So for the sauce, I have some Liquid Aminos, some Hoisin Sauce, Sesame Oil, some ground ginger. You can also use fresh ginger, and some garlic cloves. And then I'm just going to stir it all together. I'm also going in with a cornstarch slurry, which will thicken everything up for the sauce. And then we're just going to combine everything together. My sauce is nice and thick and it's stuck to my Seitan, which we love. So now I'm going to go and dump in my broccoli florets. And we're going to incorporate this all together. Now that everything is incorporated, I'm going to let this cook for about 3 to 5 minutes just so that all the flavors could really marry each other. And it's like a nice, deep, savory flavor that also gets into the broccoli as well. Our beef and broccoli is done, so now let's plate it up. While I was making this, I had some brown rice cooking in my rice cooker, so I'm just gonna open that up. And I'm gonna take a little out and put it in this bowl. If I can get it out. Okay. Put it in this bowl. And I'm going to press it down into its base so that we could get that restaurant style dome for our meal. Push it down. Then you take your plate, put it right over the bowl, and just dump it right over. Then you have your beautiful mound. And then I'm gonna take my beef and broccoli. There's a nice scoop with a good amount of broccoli in it as well. And there you have it, my beef and broccoli. I hope you guys enjoyed this beef and broccoli recipe. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more recipes like this one. And remember, healthy does not mean boring. See you next time.